divine judgment, and human morality. Most people think these concepts are at odds with each other. But the ancient story of Sodom reveals something fascinating about justice, mercy, and what it means to stand up for what's right in a world gone wrong.
You know what's really striking about this story? The way it shows this incredible negotiation between Abraham and God. Here's a human being actually bargaining with the divine over the fate of an entire city.
Well, that's exactly what makes this account so remarkable. God wasn't just tolerating Abraham's questions, he was inviting them. The text specifically says he didn't want to hide his plans from Abraham. That's a level of divine human partnership that's pretty mind blowing when you think about it.
Hmm. And it's interesting how this dialogue reveals something profound about both parties. Abraham shows this amazing combination of boldness and humility, calling himself dust and ashes, while still persisting in his intercession.
Right. And what's really fascinating is the mathematical progression of Abraham's negotiation. He starts at 50 righteous people and works his way down to just 10. Each step reveals more about God's character and justice.
That makes me wonder what would have happened if Abraham had kept going? Like, what if he'd gotten down to just one righteous person?
Well, in a way, we actually see that play out with Lot. Here's someone the New Testament explicitly calls righteous. Yet when we read his story, it's like watching a slow motion disaster unfold. You know what's particularly striking? 2 Peter tells us he was tormented in his righteous soul by what he saw in Sodom every day.
The psychological complexity there is fascinating. Living in this incredibly corrupt environment, holding some position of authority, yet internally wrestling with everything around him.
And that's where this story becomes so relevant for today. How many of us find ourselves in situations where we're trying to maintain our principles while navigating a culture that operates on completely different values? The text says everyone in Sodom, from the youngest to the oldest, participated in the moral corruption.
So, what you're saying is this isn't just about individual sin, it's about systemic moral breakdown in an entire society.
Exactly. And look at how that affected Lot's family. His sons-in-law thought he was joking about divine judgment. His wife couldn't let go. His daughters, well, their actions later show just how deeply Sodom's values had shaped their worldview.
Though there's an amazing twist there. Generations later, Ruth the Moabitess, a descendant of Lot's daughters, becomes part of the lineage of Jesus himself. Like, talk about redemption.
You know what's particularly relevant for our current moment? The way Abraham models this balance between standing for truth while still showing genuine compassion. He never minimizes Sodom's sin, but his heart breaks for the people there.
That's such a crucial distinction. You can oppose someone's actions while still caring deeply about their well being.
And maybe that's the biggest lesson here, that justice and mercy aren't actually opposing forces. The same God who brings judgment on Sodom also goes to extraordinary lengths to rescue Lot and his family. Even in judgment, there's this thread of mercy running through the whole narrative.
Well, that really challenges our modern tendency to see everything in black and white terms, doesn't it?
Absolutely right. And here's what's really powerful. This ancient story actually gives us a framework for engaging with some of our most pressing contemporary issues. How do we maintain clear moral standards while showing genuine love? How do we live in but not of a world that often operates by very different values?
And ultimately, it seems to be teaching us something about hope, that even in the darkest situations, there is still possibility for redemption.
You know, that might be the most important takeaway. The same God who judges sin also provides the ultimate solution through Christ. The tension between justice and mercy that we see in this story finds its full resolution at the cross. It's not just ancient history, it's part of an ongoing story that's still unfolding today.